Most people think building a SaaS is complicated. They're picturing huge teams, expensive developers, and timelines that stretch on for months, sometimes years. And honestly, a few years ago, they would have been right. But here's the thing, in 2026, that's just not the case anymore. The barrier to entry has never been lower. The tools have never been more accessible. And the path from I have an idea to I have a working product has never been shorter. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly why building a SaaS is easier than you think. And more importantly, how you can actually do it. We are going to talk about no-code platforms. We're going to talk about AI tools that can handle back-end logic for you. And we're going to cover a mindset shift that's going to save you from the complexity trap that kills most first-time founders. So whether you're sitting on an idea that you've been afraid to start, or you've tried before and you've got overwhelmed, just stick with me. By the end of this video, you're going to see that building a SaaS doesn't require a technical background. It doesn't require a massive budget, and it doesn't require quitting your job. Let's get into it. Let's start with the biggest misconception. The idea that you need a development team to build a SaaS. You don't, not to start anyway. There are incredible no-code platforms out there right now that let you build fully functional web applications without writing a single line of code. I'm talking about tools like Bubble, which let you create complex web apps with databases, user authentication, and custom workflows. Or Glide, which can turn a simple spreadsheet into a mobile app in minutes. Or Softer, which connects to Airtable and lets you build client portals, internal tools, and membership sites. The key here is shifting your mindset. You're not trying to write code. You're building workflows. You're connecting triggers and actions. You need to think about what your user needs to accomplish and then mapping out the steps to get them there. And here's something really important. The goal at this stage is validation, not perfection. You're not trying to build the final polished version of your product. You're trying to prove that your idea has legs, that people will actually use it, that it solves a real problem. So ask yourself this. What's the one flow your product needs to prove it works? Maybe it's a booking system. Maybe it's a lead capture form that triggers a custom email sequence. Maybe it's a dashboard that displays data from an API. Whatever it is, I guarantee that you can build it without a dev team. And once you have that core flow working, you'll have something real to show people. And that's when the real momentum starts. Now, let's talk about the backend, the stuff that traditionally required actual programming knowledge. Database architecture, APIs, server logic. This is where a lot of non-technical founders hit a wall. But here's where AI has completely changed the game. Tools like ChatGPT and Claude can generate backend logic. They can write API endpoints and can even design database schemas for you. You describe what you need in plain English and you get working code back. Even if you can't read the code yourself, you can paste it into platforms like Replit or Cursor and deploy it. But it goes beyond just generating code. There are AI-powered development tools like V0 by Versal that can generate entire UI components from a text description, or Lovable and Bolt, which can scaffold out full applications based on prompts. And then there are automation platforms like Make, which is formerly Integromat, and Zapier. These let you connect different services together without any code at all. You need to send data from a form to a database, trigger an email, and update a CRM? That's a 10-minute setup in Make. What used to require a back-end engineer and weeks of work can now be done in an afternoon with the right tools. So here's my question for you. What part of your product could an AI handle today? Maybe it's generating personalized content for users. Maybe it's processing and categorizing incoming data. Maybe it's creating automated responses to customer inquiries. The point is, you don't need to be an engineer to build something that feels engineered. You just need to know what's possible, and now you do. This might be the most important thing I say in this entire video, so listen closely. You only need one useful feature to launch. I know that sounds crazy, and you're probably thinking about all the features your competitors have, all the things that you need to include, all the edge cases you need to account for. But here's the truth. The most successful SaaS products started with one thing done really well. Dropbox started as a simple file syncing tool. Slack started as an internal chat tool for a gaming company. Twitter was just posting short messages. Your job isn't to build everything. Your job is to find the single pain point that's worth solving and solve it better than anyone else. When you try to over-engineer version 1, you run into all kinds of problems. Development takes forever. You lose focus. You start second-guessing your decisions. And worst of all, you never actually ship anything. Simplicity leads to clarity, and clarity leads to faster iteration. When your product does one thing, you can quickly see if it's working, and you can talk to users and understand exactly what they need. You can make improvements in days, not months. So I want you to ask yourself, what's the smallest product you could launch next week? Not next year, not next quarter, but next week. If you can answer that question honestly, you're already ahead of 90% of people who never get past the planning stage. When you stop trying to build everything and start focusing on solving one clear problem, the whole process gets easier. Everything becomes more manageable. You actually start making progress instead of spinning your wheels. But here's what I've noticed. Most new founders still get stuck. They understand the concept, but they don't have a clear system to follow. They don't know which tools to use, what order to do things in, or how to avoid the common pitfalls. That's exactly exactly why I created the AI SaaS Bootcamp. It's a step-by-step system that walks you through building, launching, and scaling a profitable AI-powered SaaS without all the overwhelm. I break down exactly what to build first, which AI tools to use, how to validate quickly, and how to get your first paying customers. If you're serious about turning your idea into reality, the link is in the description below. Go check it out. All right, let's keep going. One of the smartest things you can do as a founder is to recognize what you don't need to build. Think about all the features that are common across SaaS products: user authentication, payment processing, email delivery, analytics dashboard, admin panels. These have all been built thousands of times before, and there are incredible services that can handle them for you. For authentication, you've got Clerk and Auth0. For payments, Stripe is essentially the industry standard, and they have pre-built checkout flows, subscription management, and invoicing. For email, there's Resend, Postmark, or SendGrid. For UI components, you can use design systems like ShadeCN UI or Tailwind UI. These give you beautiful, production-ready interfaces. The idea is to stack these tools together instead of coding everything from scratch. Every integration you use, instead of building, is one less thing that can break. So here's what I want you to think about. What's something in your product that you could buy, embed, or plug in instead of building yourself? Is it the payment system, the email notifications, the user dashboard? Your competitive advantage isn't going to come from reinventing userlog. It's going to come from the unique value your product provides. Focus your energy there. Here's a strategy that's going to sound counterintuitive at first. Build in public. I know. The instinct is to keep everything secret until it's perfect. You don't want people to see the messy parts. You're worried someone will steal your idea. But here's what actually happens when you share your process on Twitter, X, LinkedIn, or in Discord communities. You get feedback from real people who might actually use your product. You attract early interest and potential users before you even launch. You build an audience that's invested in your journey. And here's the big one. Clarity comes from momentum, not planning. You can spend months trying to figure out the perfect strategy, or you can start building, share what you're doing, and let the market tell you what matters. Some of the most successful indie founders I know grew their entire customer base from documenting their build processes. People love to follow along with a genuine journey. They want to see someone figure it out in real time. So ask yourself, how could you turn your build process into a growth loop? Could you post weekly updates about what you shipped? Could you share your wins and your struggles? Could you ask your audience what features they want next? Building in public isn't just a marketing tactic. It's a feedback mechanism that makes your product better. Last thing I want to address, and this is for everyone who feels like they need to wait for the right time to start. You don't need to quit your job to build a SaaS. Seriously, some of the most successful products were built on nights, weekends, and lunch breaks. Notion was a side project. Instagram started as a side project. The list goes on. The key is keeping the scope small and the vision clear. You're not trying to build a billion-dollar company right out the gate. You're trying to build something useful that solves a real problem. That can absolutely be done in 5 to 10 hours a week if you're focused. And here's a truth that nobody talks about. Execution beats ambition every time. I would rather see someone ship a simple product that works than hear another grand vision that never gets built. So I want to leave you with this question. What could you launch if you gave it 10 focused hours next week? Not 100 hours, not full-time effort, just 10 hours of real dedicated work. I bet the answer is more than you think. SaaS doesn't need to be complicated. The tools are there, the resources are there. The only thing missing is you actually starting. With no-code platforms, AI-powered development tools, and a mindset focused on simplicity over complexity, you can go from idea to product faster than ever before. Most people overthink it. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect idea, the perfect conditions. But the ones who actually win, they're the ones who start. So take what you learned today and go build something. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, just start. Thanks for watching. If you got value from this, hit subscribe so you don't miss my upcoming videos where I'll keep breaking down how to build and grow in this new era of AI-powered tools. I'll see you on the next one.